Welcome. I'm Suzette McHugh, Industry Partnership Coordinator at North Monco Technical Career Center. And each month we try to highlight different programs at the school so you can learn more about the 22 programs offered. This month we're going to take a look inside North Monco and learn about the Drafting and Design program. And joining me now is Allison Slater, one of the students. And Allison, we're really glad you're here. I know your teacher had a family emergency. He couldn't be here with us, but he said you'd have a lot to say, so we're really glad you're here with us today. So tell me first, how many years have you been attending North Monco?
This is my third year.
So are you a junior then?
Yeah.
Okay, so how did you learn about the school?
My brother went to North Monco for diesel.
And is your brother currently working in the diesel field?
Yes. He works for an excavation company and he works on the diesel trucks.
Wonderful. So you had, a lot of students say their family members went there. Sometimes it's their parents, other times it's a sibling, and that's why they chose the school. So how did you pick the Drafting and Design program then?
I kind of got into it because my dad owns an excavation company, and I used to like to work with him to look at the blueprints and everything. So that's sort of how I got into it, I guess.
So how did you know North Monco even had a drafting program? Were you able to take a tour, or did your guidance counselor talk to you about it?
I took a tour in 8th grade, and my guidance counselor told me about it.
And did you know that when you took the tour, did you know you definitely wanted to see drafting?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
You did. How about it? Were any of the other programs, were you kind of teetering, or you always knew?
I was kind of teetering back and forth with the Health Oc program, but I really wanted to go into the drafting field.
So what I understand of drafting is very limited. I think of blueprints when I hear drafting and design. Can you tell us more about what the program is about?
The program is more of you're drawing the blueprints. Like, there's more than just blueprints. It's more mechanical, there's architectural, civil, there's many different types of the program. And there's different aspects of it. It's not just blueprints and drawings of houses or anything like that. It's a much broader program.
So what would be a typical day like in your classroom then?
Normally we have sections of the program that our teacher will start us on, and then we will do a various amounts of drawings on them, and that's normally what we start on every single day is those drawings. And
so you're saying drawings, and I'm thinking drawing like an artist.
Yeah.
So can you tell me more?
We use programs on the computer like AutoCAD and Inventor mainly, and we will just sketch out the drawings on the computer and everything and turn them in for him to grade for us.
So with using all those programs, did you have any knowledge of those programs prior to coming in?
I had a little bit of knowledge through my tech ed class in middle school, but it wasn't as much as I do now. We do go more in depth with the programs and everything and learn a lot about them.
So did you think it was hard learning AutoCAD and Inventor, or is it something that if you have a strong interest in drafting and design that you can pick this up easy? It's
something easy that you can definitely pick up because if you have a very strong passion for drafting and design, you can definitely pick it up very easily.
So do you need a knack for computers?
Not really. I don't have much of one, so
okay.
It's something very easy to pick up.
Did you find anything challenging when you began this program?
Some things were a little challenging. I was a little slower than most of the kids were in my class, but it wasn't that much of a challenge, I feel. Just
because you didn't know the programs, you think?
Yeah, yeah.
But I do know at the school at North Monco, everything is competency-based, so meaning everybody learns at their own level,
right,
and you can proceed along.
Yeah, my teacher, he definitely includes that into the program very well. He will let us go at our own pace, and it doesn't really matter to him, just as long as we get the knowledge that he expects from us to receive. So
Exactly, right.
Yeah.
Yes, there's definitely tasks that you have to achieve,
yeah,
but how you get to that end result is different for each student.
yeah.
So that's very helpful, as you're saying.
Mhm.
Well, what do you think is the biggest benefit of attending North Monco?
It's probably finding the career path that you want to go into and knowing that early so that you can have a little bit more of an idea of what they do and you can find jobs easier going to North Monco and everything. So that's definitely a benefit.
And I think, too, like you said, you can find your career path, but you could probably also eliminate a career path if you're trying it while you're in high school and you might say, this is definitely not for me.
Right.
Or this is definitely something I love.
Yeah.
Now, what is your favorite part about attending North Monco?
It's probably with how much we interact with other schools and just kind of creating new friendships.
Right, because the 5 different districts come to North Monco, so I imagine in your class you have people from all the schools.
Yeah, we do.
So that's great. And
Yeah.
you didn't find that a problem? Sometimes people think, oh, that's going to be hard to become friends with someone from another school district.
It really wasn't very hard. I mean, it's just like a new class every year, so you make friends and then sometimes you even lose some, so it's not much of a difference than regular school.
Right, exactly. I bet it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Now, in our next segment, we're going to learn about students that take tours and how they choose the school. Now, I know we have students come around and tour just like you did when you were in 8th grade. So your teacher does a lot when the students come in to do tours. And I know he couldn't be here, but he said you would be able to tell us some of what he talks about.
Yeah.
Could you tell us?
Well, mainly he'll talk about how we will do the drawings and then they will be sent to architectures and engineers to be manufactured and everything. And how actually the drawings that we do, it will be manufactured sometimes even right in the school with different programs.
So right now you work with other programs?
Yeah, yeah.
So I think I saw you do some work with the precision machining class too.
Yeah, we'll do a couple of drawings of just basic mechanical things and then we can send them over to them to be manufactured right in their shop.
And I think, have you worked with carpentry too? I believe you do some of that work.
There is a senior who, for a senior project, did a tiny house, and they're actually working with carpentry right now to get that built.
So someone in your class did all the design and is working with carpentry to actually build it.
Yeah.
That's neat.
Yeah.
I mean, did you ever think when you came into this program you would have those kind of opportunities?
No, I really didn't. It's a really, really good program, and it's really neat.
That's great.
Yeah.
Now, I know there's all kinds of career opportunities, and your teacher is a perfect example. Can you tell us a little bit about his background?
He actually went to a technical school when he went to high school, and then he worked in the field, various different jobs, and then he had actually had his own business for a while, and then he got into teaching.
And he's the one that says that he didn't go right to college after high school.
No, he didn't. He worked right out of high school for a while until later when he went to college.
Yeah, I think he was saying when he was in his 40s, then he went back to school and then became a teacher.
Yeah.
So many areas you can get into.
Yeah.
Do you know what you want to do when you graduate? I know you're just 11th grade, but
I'm thinking about hopefully finding a job next year while doing co-op, which is a program where you can go out to work for half the day. I'm hoping to do that and then go to college right out of high school. So.
Perfect. Do you have an idea of what part of drafting you think you would like to stay in?
I'm mainly really good with mechanical, so I'll just do simple drawings that can be manufactured and then they're fixed up and then sent out. So I'm thinking about doing that.
So what are some of the things you've worked on in mechanical drafting then in your class?
There's various of things like we did a couple of drawings of a hammer or even like a corkscrew, which are very simple, and they're easy to like really draw and everything. So I'm hoping to do something along those lines.
When you started this class, I'll bet you didn't think you would be doing that sort of thing. So now when you pick up different items you see, do you look at things differently now? You're thinking of what started the process to the end result of a certain product?
Yeah, I do. I'll look at something in like my dad's machine shop or his excavation shop, and I'll just pick up some various different things like, oh, either I drew that or somebody somewhere along the lines drew something like that to make what it is right now. So. And
I bet you look at it and think, oh, I know how to draw, make the drawing for this.
Yeah.
So that must be fun too.
Yeah.
It's a whole different feeling there.
Yeah.
Now, I can see you definitely have a passion for drafting, and I think that's great, and we really wish you the best. Would you recommend the school or drafting to any of your friends?
Definitely. It's a great start to a career or even just a job for that matter. So yeah, I definitely recommend it.
That's great. Allison, I'm so glad you were here. I really appreciate you sharing all this information with us. And we wish you all the best. We want to see where you go after you graduate in another year. So thank you for being here. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to hear from one of the guidance counselors at North Monco. Stay tuned.
Did you know parking over tall, dry grass can spark a wildfire?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Welcome back. I'm Suzette McHugh, Industry Partnership Coordinator at North Monco Technical Career Center. Today we're taking a look inside North Monco, and we heard from Allison, one of our drafting and design students. Now we're going to talk to Joe Paddock, a guidance counselor at North Monco. And Joe, thank you so much for being here.
Sure.
You've been here before, so we love having you on.
Yes, thanks.
I know it's like course selection time at a lot of the sending schools. So what's going on in the guidance area at North Monco? It's a crazy time right now.
Right. Yeah, it's definitely course scheduling time at all of our sending school districts. So we try to tie into that. We have all of our tours that occur right before that. I typically go out to all of our 8th and 9th grade schools and present to them, talk about all the opportunities at North Monco, let them know the classes available that they can choose to take. From there, students that are interested after that initial presentation can sign up and tour the school, go around to all of our 22 different programs, see what the students are doing in there, meet the teachers, hear from the teachers, to find out more. And then after they do that, a couple days later, we have our open house. So that's an evening event for parents and students to come by and get even more information. Typically, when the students come in, they might go home and talk about it, and parents have questions. So that presentation happens first, then tours, and then open house. And by that time, most students should be at the point where they can make a decision if they would want to attend North Monco.
Right, they need to make an informed choice, so that's perfect.
Right.
Now, Allison from Drafting and Design, who we had on earlier, was talking about how she took the tour, and she after taking the tour, wasn't quite sure where she wanted to be. Thought maybe health oc, that seemed interesting, health occupations, but then decided on drafting and design. So do you have many people that sign up for the tours after you give your presentation?
Yeah, this year we've had more than we've had in a long time. I think we had over 600 students sign up to tour the school. From there, some of them walk in with a good idea of what they want to do. Others just, they like the idea of getting that career and technical education while they're still in high school. So they might be there to check out a few different classes, and they might come back for open house to check out, some more even further. We do some additional things as far as career testing to help them decide. And we let students come back during the school day for a full class visit, to help them even further. So, there's a number of ways where they can really investigate this a lot to really find out what they want to do. And, we do have a number of students that start as new students in 9th or 10th grade, and then might not be so sure of the class they picked, and we allow them to explore other classes while they are a new student. So, we have a number of different ways for really putting them in that program that's going to be best for them.
See, I think that's important to hear, because I had the opportunity this year when the students were taking a tour. I got to take a group along, and they were saying to me, I'm 8th grade. How can I pick what I'm going to do? If I come here, I'm going to be stuck in this class for 4 years. What if I don't like it? Right.
Yeah, so there is definitely opportunity. We try to explain to the students they can rest assured they're not locked in for the rest of their high school career and work career after that into this one program they're picking now. So yeah, there's plenty of opportunity to explore other programs, make sure they're in that one that is going to be best for them.
And I think it's important that they see, even if they switch programs, that's still a career choice. Like our boss always says, if you decide you don't want to do something, that's still a career choice. Then you ruled something out, and there's more opportunities for you to choose from then.
Right. Yeah, there's literally tens of thousands of careers out there for them. And part of that career decision making is, not only finding out what you like, finding out what you don't like. And in a lot of ways, that helps narrow things down. Just by coming into the school and doing the tour, even students can identify, oh, well, I like this kind of work environment. This is a more hands-on, moving around, mechanical type of job and environment, and they might decide they like that and want to pursue, all the different careers in that field, or they might decide, no, that's not for me. I prefer more of a office environment or working with computers or things like that. So yeah, I think just coming on the tour or coming to the open house, that's a great career exploration opportunity, whether students choose to come to North Monco or not. They can really help themselves that way just by coming and checking out the school.
Exactly. Now, I know we've heard students don't always tell their parents that there's the opportunity for a tour or that you even present it to them. So for those parents that miss that, what can they do?
Well, to all new students that are eligible to attend North Monco, we do send home information. We send home a letter to all new students that have the opportunity to take classes, so parents can find out that way. We've advertised our open house that way, directly to parents. Parents can find out about more opportunities at North Monco at a lot of their course scheduling nights that happen at the sending schools. So there's a number of different ways that when that happens, the student doesn't inform them, that the parents can still find out about opportunities at North Monco.
If a student misses the tours and misses the open house, and then all of a sudden they hear all their friends saying they're going, could they still come and take a tour and maybe visit the programs?
Oh, sure. Yeah, we do that all the time. Parents will contact us after this course scheduling process happens, and that happens somewhat frequently. And we'll bring them in individually, show them around the school, offer the student to visit a class, and yeah, that's not a problem. Our applications are due March 16th, and after that we still accept students on a rolling admission basis, as long as spots are available. But for those crowded programs that fill up, their best bet is to be, looking in the February, March timeframe to apply. But then, yes, we still will give tours and let students apply after that, as long as there's openings.
And where can they get an application from?
They would all see their setting school, high school guidance counselor and meet with them. They can, go over the application process, schedule visits with us, facilitate all that sort of thing.
Well, so now we know how students get to learn about the school and pick programs. What are some of the benefits of attending North Monco?
Well, I would say probably the biggest benefit for anyone would be they're getting prepared for both college or a career at the same time. So they're actually walking out of high school with more opportunities than most students, especially the traditional high school student that just focuses on the academics. They've not only taken those same academic courses in most cases, they've chosen to focus all their electives on a specific career and get skills in those areas, get certifications in some of those areas, in a lot of cases get college credits if they choose to use those to pursue their education after high school. So yeah, I would say that would be probably the number one thing, is they have more options leaving high school than the average student.
And we were just talking about earlier in the drafting and design that the instructor did the same thing. He pursued a technical school education when he was in high school,
Right.
went into that field, and then later pursued college. So
Yep, exactly. It's a great way for students and their families to save a lot of money. One is the college credits that some of them can get. I know our engineering students can get up to 18 college credits. If you take a relatively inexpensive school, like a Penn State maybe, it's $30,000 a year to go to for their engineering program. With the 18 college credits, that's basically a whole semester, or even more than a whole semester of college credits they've gotten in high school. That saves $15,000 right off the bat. So that's one way for families to save a tremendous amount of money. Two, they can actually get very good jobs coming right out of some of our programs as high school graduates, starting a real career, a real job that pays well, opportunity for growth, things like that. So that's another big way for them to save money. They could avoid college tuition altogether, which some students are going into debt, a tremendous amount of money. I think the average debt that a high school student goes into is $30,000 right now. So they could save the cost of college, the debt of college, and really start on with great training, great experience, great certifications, which in the end, those are a lot of the things that employers look for anyway. So, that's another big benefit, is just that cost savings.
absolutely. So you're talking about the college credits and the cost savings and all that. Can you clear up the one misperception? I can look back at articles from the 1970s that we have about our school, and there are so many, the same thing people are saying about the VOTAC now are what they were saying back then, that it's just not for you, and you can't go to college
Right.
if you go to the VOTAC.
Right.
Clear that up
Yeah,
for us, Joe.
that's absolutely not true. Again, as I mentioned before, our students are qualified for college and career. The way they get qualified for college is by taking, the high-level academic courses, which they can anyway. Coming to North Monco, we take place of their electives. So again, we're using that to prepare them for careers, but they're prepared for college by the academic courses they would take. So I think it's right now about 70% of our students do go on to college. I guess the flip side of that number is 30% are choosing, to go out and work in the field, and they're qualified for a job. They're, using their education right after high school. Some of those students are getting jobs where the employer even pays for college part-time, so they have the best of both worlds. They're getting a full-time job during the day. They're working full-time, getting the salary and benefits. And then, for some of these students, an employer is paying for them to take classes at night to get the degree. So in the end, they leave with the experience that they've gotten along the way, and with basically the free or low-cost college education and degree there.
And I think that's important to note. I just had a meeting with a group from the automotive industry who are trying to tell us that the entry-level standards are much higher for somebody coming, an entry-level job. You need to be really highly trained for these now.
Right.
And they work with us. The business and industry drives our curriculum. They work with us, and then they are saying they want to take our student who's trained at the proper entry-level area, and they want to further their education. So you come work for us, and then we'll send you to school. So like you were saying, it really is happening. This just happened last week with a automotive industry, and I know we have other partnerships with other organizations too. Right.
Yeah, so that's another great benefit. What we found recently, and I've heard this from a few of the sending school counselors, they've had students sign up to tour North Monco that they were sort of surprised to hear it. Maybe they weren't the traditional student that came to North Monco. And I think a lot of these students are hearing about some of the data with college and college expense, that their eyes are open now to say, hey, this 4 years of high school and then college isn't always the best path at this point. When they hear numbers like 40% or more of students that go to college after high school don't graduate within 6 years. So they've already started college, paid for a number of years, in a lot of cases gone into debt, and then don't have the degree, have nothing to show for it. And in a lot of cases, they can be worse off than not going to college at all at a high school.
Right.
Just financially. So that's an important thing. Another is, again, it's a similar figure. I think it's 44% of students that do graduate from college, they find are either unemployed or underemployed.
Right.
So when students are hearing that, I think their eyes are open and they're saying, whoa, what I thought was this preset path that's for everyone, that's this perfect solution to getting a career, isn't really what they think it is. I think they're now saying, well, let me take a look at what's at North Monco. And I think even the traditional school districts are, becoming aware of that and saying we need opportunities for not just the students that weren't going to college, but for those other ones that are concerned about debt, that are concerned that about getting a job after graduation. So, I think that's why we've seen a little bit of an increase in students and parents coming to take a look at the school, and maybe those more non-traditional students coming to look at North Monco.
Right, and I think probably technology has changed that too. I know when we were in 8th and 9th grade, we weren't thinking our careers, but I mean, we spoke to Allison earlier, and that's what she was thinking of in 8th grade, and I think they see all these statistics you're saying, they hear this firsthand all the time. We had to go research that somewhere. So now it's at their fingertips, and I think that is changing the students.
Right. Yeah, I think some of that information is a little more readily available than it used to be. And I mean, plus just the cost of college is getting so much more expensive that I think they're needing to be aware of some of these numbers and what this is all leading to.
Exactly. Well, thank you, Joe, for telling us all about the programs offered at North Monco and everything. There's a lot of benefits, so I really appreciate you sharing that with us today.
Thanks for having me.
If you would like more information about any of the 22 programs offered at North Monco Technical Career Center, just give us a call, 215-368-1177, or visit our website, nmtcc.org. For North Monco Technical Career Center, I'm Suzette McHugh. Thank you for watching.